is going on, guys? We are back with another episode.
Back in the building, Culture Crooks podcast. Daniel D-Rod Rodriguez, Sasha the Guaylo Polatnikov, and today's special guest, we got Brandon, the human highlight reel, Brandon Jenkins, everybody.
There we go. The sexiest, sassiest mullet in the MMA game. There we go.
Yeah, bringing back the mullet.
I mean, there's Parsons. He's kind of really nice.
But he's not in the country, so.
Oh,
Yeah,
in the U.S.
Yeah, and he's not fighting right now. You know, you're active, coming off of a nice KO in the Karate Kombat pit, and then also another win, and from Gamebred as well. So we got a little.
Yeah, my man's here got some dope ass highlights. If you haven't seen, definitely check him out. He's got some spinning shit. He's got some. He's fought pretty much all over, everywhere from Karate Kombat to the UFC to PFL to everywhere you could think of,
and more.
Do all the sports.
Yeah,
and
box.
Yeah, and he's got a fight coming up. You got a fight coming up too.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Where you fighting?
Austin.
In Austin.
Karate Kombat in Austin. It's the middleweight title with Adam Levine and my arch nemesis. I don't even know his first name.
You won that fight.
Hey, yes, I did win that fucking fight, and that he's coming off of that decision win into a title shot, so it's crazy. But I hope Ross fucks him up, and I hope that I get to someday cross paths with Ross. But quick little update: I'm actually getting surgery next Friday, but it's just a minor one on my meniscus. I'm just gonna clean it up. I been having a lot of issues with it, so I'm going to get that sorted real quick. It's a very minimal recovery time, so I'm bounce back and hopefully jump on this next Karate Kombat card, but I'll definitely be watching and keeping an eye on that main event. But, of course, a lot of the homies are going to be on that card, right? So Bam is fighting as well. And
that's the 30th, right?
Yep.
The 30th of
Yo,
May.
while you're out there, make sure, I'm gonna put it in a word for you with the homie Shitoshi from Squid Grow, who's actually sponsoring the whole event. So while you're out there, make sure you make contacts with them, bro. There's some real good people in the crypto industry, and I don't really know too much about it, but they sponsor me. So make sure you give them a shout while you're out there, yo. Shout out to Squid Grow.
There you go. But yeah, so Jordan Levitt's also going to be doing the jiu-jitsu, right? Hit series.
Submission series, yep.
Yeah, and then we got Bam fighting another guy that fought on Karate Kombat before. So, yeah, there's definitely going to be some familiar faces, so I'm definitely going to be tuning in. You guys should also tune in on the 30th of this month. But yeah, Brandon Jenkins is someone that I've known for pretty much the first day I arrived in Vegas and arrived at Syndicate. He was one of the first people I met in Vegas, and he's been on the journey of getting injured, coming back, making it to the UFC. Kind of putting his highlight reels all over the MMA map. And so like give us our guests, our viewers, a little kind of intro, like where you're from and like how did you get yourself into
the man behind the mullet.
There you go. The man behind the mullet.
They all want to know.
They do.
Yeah, I grew up in Panama City, Florida.
Well, you said Panama first, right?
Yo, I was like, wait, hold up.
Yeah, interesting.
You're from Panama, papi.
But Panama City, okay, Florida. I've actually
Spring break
been there.
capital of the world.
I've been there. I got recruited by a school from there.
Was it the Girls Gone Wild school?
No, Bethune-Cookman, all black school.
That's what.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to play football, so I got recruited by like an all black school. And I didn't know. Just some kid from Hong Kong. I showed up there and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
there's no white people here. But a couple of guys on the football team, no prejudice. But I was just like, cool, Panama City. But
Yeah,
yes,
that was the big one. MTV was all over the beach. It's pretty,
Were you always on the beach out there?
No,
No.
I was like 12.
Yeah.
But I was too busy getting into fights and going to alternative schools and being a
Were you a
dumbass.
troublemaker?
Alternative schools. I grew up in alternative schools, bro.
Is that what? So, like, for someone who's not from America, is an alternative school like for trans people?
Say if you're.
It's like, is that an American thing? I'm not familiar.
No, it's kind of like me, I was in an alternative school because I was like on probation, and I had like it was like a probation school.
So it's
a lot
for
of
like
times,
troubled kids.
a lot of times, like if your grades are not up to par, or if you're just like
Troublemaker.
yeah, you're a little troublemaker kid, you go to in LA they call it a continuation school. It's like
Continuation.
yeah.
And what was it called again?
It's an alternative school.
Alternative. So continuation alternative. Okay.
Yeah, my parents gave me a shitty fucking haircut. I had a rat tail.
Oh no.
It was like this, but like 10 times worse.
You were the rat tail kid.
Yeah, I was.
Were
You know, like
bullied for that?
yes. So yeah, the kids would come up and like pull it up, or pull my hair, and also I had like buck teeth and glasses and like
So
I was a nerd.
Trailer pretty.
Lived in a trailer.
So was
I lived in a trailer. I lived in a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got in a lot of fights.
It's all making sense now.
So, but would you say
it's all making sense now?
But would you say that the reason you got into martial arts was to protect yourself against?
Yeah.
motherfuckers?
So that didn't really start at. I ended up getting out of alternative school, and then when I went to high school, I kept getting in a fight with the jocks,
Uh-huh.
And,
like the athletes.
Yeah, the athletes.
Was it just you by yourself fighting these fools?
Yeah. And no, not yet. Not yet. No, so I was.
Is that where you get your dog from?
Right?
You from just like getting beat up by a group of football players?
Yeah.
Like Bobby Boucher and shit. Like,
yeah. So it was funny.
needle dick.
Needle dick.
So I my dad got me like a punching bag to hang out on a tree at home, and sitting in the punching bag and watching some old videos. I was watching like stupid shit like Jet Li and whatever, Van Damme, and I don't know, just for my confidence. And then I was rummaging through my dad's his VCR selection in his closet one day. He wasn't home, and I found like a Billy Blanks Tybo. I threw that in the VCR. That shit was porn.
That's
right? Like, it's just fucking porn. Oh, this is a kickboxing.
This
right?
is a kickboxing.
Yeah, Billy Blanks on the front.
The old school VHS porn, bro. Vintage, bro.
Over recorded.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah. So I was like,
this isn't the wedding tape.
Yeah. So then I pull it out. I look through some more boxes, and it was like UFC 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that wasn't porn.
No.
Okay. So that was the real UFC. So the Royce Gracie.
I saw a thing that said "Tough Man Contest," and it was my dad fighting.
Okay.
I threw that on VHS. It was my dad fighting in like a pit.
Like bare knuckle or
bare knuckle. Tank Abbott.
Awesome.
He fought Tank Abbott.
Tank Abbott bare knuckle in a fucking pit square, like a square, like a
and did you not know your dad did that?
No,
until
I was like,
you saw that video.
No. My dad looks like Tank Abbott too, so it was like two guys with beer bellies fighting each other.
That's crazy, bro.
That's kind of wild.
So
it's
growing
like
up, he didn't have like no memorabilia, no pictures, nothing hanging on the wall of his glory days.
Nope, nothing. This is a pit fighter, and
that's
did it for
I was
the
like,
love of it.
That's savage.
Yeah.
That's like some gypsy stuff, like how they fight, kind of like
gypsy bare knuckle champion.
Bare knuckle, like in a freaking circle.
Yeah. So my dad's like, oh, we just did that for money, like. He's like, I think I probably made like $300 doing that. He didn't win. I mean, Tank Abbott used to bench like 600 pounds and just like one punched him like after 30 seconds. My dad got some hits in on him, but then Tank threw like overhand, like clubbed him like in the side of the head and knocked him out. But I was like, Dad, I didn't know you fought, and he's like, watch some more of those UFC videos, those UFC ones. I think you'd be a big fan of it. And I watched like UFC 1 through like 4. It was like Ken Shamrock getting taken out by like Royce Gracie, a guy in pajamas.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to learn how to do that. And
what Royce Gracie was doing?
Yeah. And my dad's like, I'll get you a membership in town. We'll go find you a dojo. And he literally took me to like a dojo. And it was like a Master Ken, like fraudy.
Like dojo.
Yeah, it was terrible. And
buy your belt.
It was fucking terrible. Yeah. And like, I'm like 17 at the time. And I'm like a sophomore in school. I failed a couple times, you know. But anyways, I'm like one of the oldest kids in school. It's getting into fights with like seniors on the football team. But I mean, like after learning jiu-jitsu like for like 4 months, I was like twisting these kids up at the fucking railroad tracks. Like they were trying to fight me. I was like, railroad tracks, and then they didn't even know what I was doing. I was just like gift wrapping them and punching them in the face. Like it was like 4 months, and my life was changed. And I was just like,
from that moment.
Yeah. And so.
And then how long from? But you said you went to a McDojo, but at the McDojo they taught you like
real jiu-jitsu, like
did?
a real guy.
Oh, they had a guy coming in.
One real guy, and then so like right before my 18th.
In the gi.
Yeah. It was like Tuesday, Thursday gi, Monday no gi, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and
So 4 months of that, and you were just pure grappling.
Yeah, I was
and
smashing
you were, like,
these football players,
taking these guys down, and just smashing them. That's awesome.
But that's how we got things.
And then they stopped fucking with you.
Yeah, that's how we settled things, like at the railroad tracks.
This is tell everyone where this is.
Panama City, Florida. This is in Gainesville, Florida.
Oh, Gainesville,
Florida.
Okay.
Because we moved there and I went to high school there.
Gotcha.
It was like 4 hours Central Florida in the swamp.
Yeah, I lived in Jacksonville at one point, so I used to commute to not Gainesville, but Tallahassee. Mm-hmm. So I've been to that part of Florida. Yeah,
there's no point in living in Florida if you're gonna live in the middle of Florida.
Yeah,
there's just fucking
just
bugs,
miserable. Yeah,
alligators,
as fuck. Yeah,
wild boars. I was going to the bus stop one time.
I forgive you.
A fucking like a big ass boar like came out, and I was on my moped, and it fucking hit my moped. Knocked me off the moped. And this is like one of those things with the
teeth.
Yeah, fucking boars ain't no joke.
You get hit with one of those, you might lose your leg.
No, I literally jumped on because they can't look up. They're like, if you ever
and they
get
probably
attacked,
got kinds of diseases and shit on their horns and all that. You get swiped with that. So I'm going straight to the hospital.
My parents always said like get up on like something high because they can't look up. They're just fucking. They can't look up. Like
no neck. There's like.
I know you're up there. Yeah. So after like 20 minutes, I missed my bus and everything, but this fucking thing just went back in the woods. I was like, cool.
Fuck. So you started beating up these kids, and how long after that 4 month period were you in your first official fight?
Oh, it was I graduated, then my 18th birthday was coming up, and I turned 18 like on Thursday, and then my fight was on Saturday, my first officially, because you couldn't be 17 when you fight. Yeah, so I'd be 18. And the promoter is like, yeah, we got a fight for you. And I had no fights. I've been training like not even a year, you know? Uh-huh. And the dojo was such a fucking weird place because like we'd be doing MMA training, like takedowns, ground and pound, that kind of stuff. And he'd come in there all McDojo'd up. Hey, my insurance doesn't cover MMA training. You guys can't do that here. You can only do kickboxing or boxing or jiu-jitsu, not all together. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, how am I supposed to train for my fights, you know? So I had to go find like a real gym to train for my fights. Yeah. And
that's technical. Like it's very specific.
Fucking weirdo though. Yeah. Like, he's like a real like Master Kin kind of guy though.
But I guess at that time like MMA was still kind of like illegal in a way, right? Like underground-ish.
Yeah. Well, in Florida, right, there was no amateur fights until 2010. Oh, wow. It was only pros. Like, this wasn't sanctioned. So, if you wanted to get amateur fights, you would go to, like, Georgia Midwest. Or something. Yeah. Somewhere where they actually had, like, rules, you know. And so, it was weird growing up in Florida fighting because we wore puffy gloves and shin pads to fight in. And that's what we spar in. Like, literally, that's what is what it was. It was not even that. You could do, like, 10 of them, like, back-to-back, like, within 5 months and just be fine because it's just, like, sparring, you know? Yeah. So my first 3 fights, or my birthday was, like, Thursday, fight was Saturday, then I fought the next Friday, then I fought the next Saturday. Okay. And just drove up and down Florida getting into these fights. And there was no, like, the sanctioning body, like, changed the rules the first 7 months, like, 4 times. Oh, wow. Like, first, they're doing 8 counts if you got dropped. Wow. So, like, I dropped the first guy, they 8 counted him, he got back up, Russell fucked me, darsed me. Oh, shit. Yeah, and then later on, like 3 fights later, they took away the 8 count, but they wouldn't let you ground and pound on the ground. What? So if you drop the guy, you had to go down there and sub him.
That's so whack.
I know, right? I know, it was so weird. And then finally they're like, okay, after 3 fights, you can ground and pound. You do everything, you know.
So they just making shit up as they go.
We're winging it.
So I had like 30 of those.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I had like 31 amateur fights, and I had like a sprinkle of them in Alabama, and there was no sanctioning, so you could elbow knees to the head. I don't know. Did you do amateur fights at all?
Yeah, I did 7 amateur fights.
You?
Yeah, I did 6.
6? So I did 31 because
That's good experience, bro.
It was fun to do.
Sure.
Yeah, but I was terrible though. I was
was
terrible. I was not ready to go pro at like 20 something fights. I was like working at McDonald's, eating hash browns, McGriddles. Like
Those are fire.
Fire.
Those are fire,
Jinx
Those
yelled
are
me
fire.
McGriddle after the fight.
Yeah,
No,
those are fire, bro.
But
Egg and cheese.
and then Florida, and then what was the next move for your career outside of Florida?
So like I realized every time I fought in Alabama with knees and elbows, I would just like destroy the guy, like less rules, and
More natural.
yeah. So then I had my first pro fight in Alabama, and then it's funny. I was the last unsanctioned fight in 2011, and then I was the first sanctioned fight in 2012 when they actually went with sanctioning, because the last 3 states to go fully legalization was like Alabama, then it was like South to North Dakota, then it was New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So I was last and first.
That's great.
Like no blood work, whatever, you know.
Just show up. They don't even do blood work.
No, in
That's
Alabama
crazy.
it wasn't like that.
That's crazy.
So like I won a
Just
title.
fighting some
I won a title, and the ref let me like piss pound this guy till it was horrible stoppage. I have it on video. Back of his head's like hanging off like this. 'Cause he turned away from me. I was elbowing him, and the back of his head went like this.
Oh.
And
Damn.
they let me kill this guy, and then I was going in the back with my belt.
Yeah.
You know, like when the sun hits your watch and it will hit someone's eye, and like, ah. So that happened to me when I went in the back room. I was like, what is that? And I look over, and this guy has like a house arrest bracelet on. And he's in the main event. He's about to go fight. You can't wear that. He's like, yes, I can. Throw me that duct tape. And then some guy throws a duct tape at him. And he fucking just like wraps his ankle and foot, and it looks like he's wearing like a boot.
Dude just goes out there
Yeah.
and gets extra damage.
No, he goes out there and he kicks the guy like 4 times in the ribs. The guy shoots and he wins by guillotine. So the guy wins with like an ankle bracelet on. And that's Alabama fighting for him.
Alabama. Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's
And he's
wild.
like, gets on the mic. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to prison soon. I want to get a couple more fights in."
That's
and
good practice, right?
Yeah.
Getting ready to.
Yeah.
So I'm about to
Honestly,
leave.
though, yeah.
So I'm about to leave the venue, and the promoter runs out. Right, he runs out, and
Just
he's
like
like,
that?
he's like, "I need the belt back. I need it for the main event."
You say you took your
He's
belt.
like, this is a prop belt. So he took my belt. He's like, "I'll mail you one," and
Oh,
he takes the
shit.
fucking belt.
Did he mail you one?
He mailed me one like 4 years later.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. Because every time on Facebook you would announce a fight, I'd always go in the comment section and be like, "Where's my belt at? You forgot my belt for the 3rd year in a row." And finally he sent me one. It wasn't even the same belt. It was like one of those like old boxing belts, like the little, like the
Yeah.
$25 belt with like the little thing in the middle.
Yeah.
So here you go.
Yeah, I was like, "This
He's
is
like
not even
rushed
the
to
same
the
belt."
store, rushed to the store and just quickly got it, sent it over.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens. When you were talking about like no sanctions and like variation in rules, there was a time in my career when I fought professionally in Korea, but they didn't allow elbows. And like you, I love throwing elbows and being able to throw. So that was weird being in a fight with like, and I guess you can say the same thing for karate combat.
PFL.
And PFL, yeah, where you guys have to like, you can have someone up against a cage and like, your mind and body connection is like, I want to elbow this dude's fucking
I elbowed
face.
Juice in the face. And
Did
they're
you?
like, time.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
give him a
yeah. and you're
break.
Wait, there's no elbows in
PFL?
PFL?
No.
Yeah, no.
What?
No, like the elbow.
Yeah, no elbows.
No.
Okay, what are some of the rules? Where's like, is it
That
okay?
is
That's the
is-
only-
That's like
the
their
only
big-
difference.
That's their big
What?
rule. Yeah, that's a big
Yeah.
rule.
Why?
because it's tournament style and they don't want to like
Oh,
get
okay.
guys cut, so they're trying to eliminate that. I suppose.
It just came out. It was
That
weird.
makes sense.
It was like I need him in the face, and he was against the cage like this, and my hand went here, and I just threw it, and then it was
More
kind of like
forearm.
more a forearm, but they still stopped it, gave him like 30 seconds.
I mean,
of
it's
like-
not an. I mean, you can throw your forearm, right? Like,
technically, yeah.
you know,
Technically,
it's not the point of the elbow. And to be honest, it's very if you hit someone really clean on the elbow, that's amazing. But for me, it's like I'm hitting them here, I'm hitting them
Yeah.
there, So it's like, oh no, technically speaking, I forearmed you.
You ever had any weird rule modifications with your fights?
Nah, even in the amateurs. Well, in the amateurs, there was no elbows. or knees.
Shin pads or no?
There's no elbows. Yeah, in the amateurs in Cali. But like your first 3 fights, you gotta wear shin.
Shin guards, and then after that, it's no shin guards.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There's
That's
another thing that's weird about Florida as an amateur. I think even to this day, I don't know if they switched it, but up until a couple of years ago, it was the same. There's different sanctioning bodies in like in Nevada, it's just one, right?
Yeah,
There's an NSA or whatever, and well, in Florida, there's like different sanctioning bodies where like it might be ISKA, the karate guys doing MMA fights, and they're real weirdos about. They're all old school, right? And particular about rules. And then there was another one called MMA Global Solutions, and they're really lax with the rules. They let you fight, you know. And then there was AMA, and AMA is like Amateur Mixed Martial Arts Association. These guys were using like boxing passport booklets.
Oh yeah.
To put the fights in.
I have that.
Yeah, for boxing matches.
Yeah, from my amateurs.
Yeah, so they were doing this with MMA, and
that's kind of cool.
yeah, but it's not cool if they don't put it online.
Of course,
so you'd have
they
a guy
to
with
put it online.
yeah. So they would
fake it and put it in. a bunch
no
of
these
bullshit.
guys. You'd have a guy like 1-0 online, and on his passport it would have
40,
like
you know?
yeah like 10-0, 10-1.
Yeah.
So I had like 4 or 5 of those fights for AMA,
On
and
the
it
box?
was
On the
yeah
book?
not for boxing, but like in the
in MMA. Uh-huh.
yeah. So and those guys would let you take off the shin pads if you didn't kick in the head. So
If
that
you
was like a
didn't
trade off.
kick in the head?
You cannot kick in
But
the head.
if you have your shin pads on, you can kick in the head.
Yep.
Like,
So
that's so fucking.
I
random.
fought amateur in Florida with like 4 different sets of rules, but all MMA. It was
Bro,
so
if you're
strange.
taking a head kick with a shin pad, or you're taking a head kick without a shin pad, I think the same thing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it is.
Yeah,
what
it kind of takes away the element of surprise too. I'm like, damn, now he knows I'm gonna fucking be throwing head kicks, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
for real.
But I mean, it'll let you like really tear up the legs. So you can't really tear up legs with shin pads. Well, you can, but not in like 3-minute rounds. You're not gonna invest in leg kicks with shin pads, right?
Yeah.
Isn't those
Unless you have like ridiculous power.
Yeah.
Cheek it. Like what's that? There was that fight I saw recently where somebody got like, oh, it was Jack Shore. He got like leg kicked in that Brazil card, and he got punctured with.
Oh, I saw
You
that. There was a
remember?
hole in his leg.
What do you
It was just like this.
It was like a deep hole in his
see it?
leg. Do you remember that?
No.
It was pretty gnarly, and it was just from taking like calf cakes.
Yeah, literally a hole just went
oh yeah.
Do you
Recently,
remember?
right? Recently.
Yeah, it's like a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
gross.
Yeah.
UFC?
Yeah.
And they stopped the fight,
They
right?
stopped the fight because of it. Like the doctor came in and like would put his finger in
Oh
it.
god.
It literally
I remember
looked like,
that shit. I remember that
it looked
shit.
like a gunshot.
Yeah.
Like
He
it
was
was
like-
like a wound. So yeah, like if there's some guys, Brazilians actually, I mean Pereira, right? There are some guys that when they kick you, you're like, what the fuck?
I got stopped with calf kicks once. It was terrible.
By MMA or
Yeah.
kickboxing?
And I had my torn ACL.
It was in that fight.
So my ACL was like,
was that LFA?
yeah. So my ACL was like 40% tore, but they're like, you can still train and fight in it. And then in the fight, I got calf kick
And
and
it
drop
tore?
foot, and then it completely tore.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Mine's hanging on somehow. So.
You could still fight if you have strong legs. I mean,
Yeah.
I just did a ton of prehab before the
I've spoken to like several fighters who don't have ACLs or meniscus or menisci, whatever you want to fucking call it. They're literally like, yeah, I removed my meniscus, and I was like, well, okay.
the shock absorber.
Yeah,
It's like looking.
and you literally can just bounce back within a few days.
Yeah, you'll be back in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. So, but I don't know if I don't even think I'm getting my meniscus removed. I'm just getting it like cleaned out, scoped.
It's usually like, I'm gonna get in there and look at it. If it looks repairable, I'll repair it. If not, I'll just scope it. And if you get repaired, it's like 9 months.
Well, that's what I'm telling them. I was like, if it needs to be repaired, remove the whole fucking thing. That's what I'm telling them.
That's gonna hurt. You're gonna go cold knees.
I'm gonna go what?
Cold knees. You know, like
What's
when
that?
when the weather changes, you're gonna be like,
I'm not even already like that.
your grandpa never did that. Like
Yeah.
you could tell when the wind was gonna change.
No, bro. Like,
The weather outside. Is this my grandpa?
No,
bro, I've lived in some.
You heard
That's
that?
because they have metal in their knees. It is actually scientific.
And the metal is so cold from the temperature.
When the pressure drops, because it's titanium usually, it's very sensitive to pressure changes. So they'll feel it in their knee and they'll be like,
That's gonna be you.
Feel the wind.
I don't have any metal in me yet, so I'll keep it that way.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, but no, I fucking Yeah, I just hope, because like I said, if they do that, then I'm not doing anything that keeps me out for 9 months. It's like, oh, if I'm gonna do that, I might as well just get my ACL too.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just trying to get back as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I can deal with a little bit of pain. It's fine. It's just like I don't want to not be able to train. That's what I'm basically aiming for.
Yep.
So yeah, no, it's part of the game. You know, we're all feeling it.
I was
Hell yeah, dog. I'm fucking.
210 pounds. Remember that when we met?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
210 for my ACL.
When he was
surgery.
coming back from his on the road back, like, he was definitely a bit of a punching bag for a while, but
Oh God, the first video Sasha post.
it was from your manager.
We just meet. No, it wasn't.
Yes, who filmed it? Lance.
Matt did.
It was Lance.
Lance
Like,
filmed it?
Yes, on his little, that like hidden little stick that he has. He had that little fancy stick that like records.
But how did you post it first?
I asked him for it.
He wasn't my manager at the time.
He
was.
He was trying to get me to be his client. So that's
He was my
probably
manager,
why.
yeah. Dude, I was so fat, and Sasha's just like fucking Mayweather. Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah, I had a nice little highlight reel on him.
This, yeah, dude, he's beating me up. I was like, thanks, Sasha.
I mean, bro, I was getting ready for a fight in Dubai. I'm sorry.
I was so
Wrong
fat.
place, right time. Sometimes it's like that. You know, sometimes you're coming back from a long layoff and you're just like, everyone's just whooping
shit out
on you,
of me.
bro.
was-
But I didn't know you that well at that point.
No, fuck this guy.
No, but it wasn't like that. I've never
You thought I
liked
was
that.
Moose? You thought I was a moose?
No, bro, I was only the nicest to that guy because it was just like I could literally kill this man. Like he was
Remember
terrible.
Moose?
I don't think so.
There's this guy moved from like Minnesota. Oh my god, we're about to shit on this guy.
Special.
Nice kid though.
He's like special ed.
Yeah. No, he's not special ed.
I mean,
So
Physically.
the guy is like a welterweight fighting at like heavyweight.
yeah.
He moves here to chase the dream, right? And he's like 4-8 as his record.
Yeah.
He moves to like one of the best gyms in the country, and then he like gets a job at a pizza joint.
Goes into a depression
He gets even bigger.
and he's like 300 pounds.
You beat the shit out of him. I beat the shit out of him.
Everyone beats
Chris Curtis beat the shit out of him really
everyone.
bad.
Like, bro,
It was-
and I'd be like, it's one of those. There's a couple times in my career where I've gone up against people and I'm like, are they trolling me? Like, and then they're gonna just like swing hard and try to knock me out. Like I sometimes think like it's been 2 minutes now and you're like jabbing me like you're fucking a 12-year-old child,
Yeah.
and you've got the head movement of like a 300-year-old person. Like I'm like, what is going on right now?
Yeah.
And then I just realized they're like special ed. That's what I call people that can't fight, like special ed. Like you can't move your head. Like you don't have like hand-eye coordination. Like that's
taking
to me-
punches.
He like bringing.
There's a ton of those, dog. You can imagine, like, well, my style, there's certain people I just fucking target practice. And
For
there's
sure.
just no answer for.
He would bring his fiance. That's another no. You don't really do. You don't bring your girl to the gym every day and just watch you get punked the whole time.
That's how you lose your
Once
fiance.
Yeah, that's
every
what
now and
happened.
then, once every now and then.
Oh, that
That's
did
what happened.
happen.
And then he went into
Usually when
bigger
you're doing
depression.
better, right? And you're like, all right, I'm getting better.
Oh yeah, no, you do it after like 3 months when you last got your ass whooped real bad. And you're like,
If you were to ask AI to create like the ultimate American loser who like was pursuing a dream that like was so unattainable
with fast food.
with his fuel as fast food and like really terribly stinky clothes, and then just show up and get beaten up by world-class athletes every day, and then still show up to fight professionally and get KO'd within 10 seconds and still come back and still train and still go out and fight again, losing 9-10 in a row with the hope that one day maybe they'll get some opportunity somewhere. But
I don't
it's
know.
insane.
I don't know his. He had one of those All-American tattoos on his calf.
Where's he from?
wrestling? He's from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
But he
Yeah.
had like a wrestling tattoo on the back of
As
his
if
calf.
he wrestled for USA, like Team USA.
Oh.
And then I actually asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, it was my dad's dream for me to like try out for the U.S. wrestling team. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then so I'm like, is that why you got the tattoo? He's like, yeah, because I'm gonna like try out. And I was like, oh, okay. So like this dude gets a tattoo like that only like American collegiate wrestlers get because it's like an honor to like be at that level, and like he's got it because one day he's gonna try out. You know what I'm saying?
Goals,
So like
man. He's a
goals,
he's
dude.
a dreamer.
But it's just like you understand like these kinds of people, not just in the world of MMA, but they're all over. You know, so like
Yeah.
that just have these hopes and dreams like that they could be cats or like they can be,
But sometimes,
you know,
like I'll be real about those kind of people and those guys in MMA and how they're useful.
Bodies.
Exactly.
No,
And those are the
Try to
guys.
get
And
practice,
those
Holmes.
are and those
no
are the,
danger.
and those are the guys
So
like
danger.
as a manager. Say if I was managing you, those are the guys I want you to fight.
For sure. What is going on, guys? We got the deal of the century for you guys with Aerial Reality. In the beautiful Dominican Republic, we have the beautiful Villa Bonita. It says it in the words itself. Absolutely beautiful villa in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, right on a resort golf course, right by the beach, on the water, the ultimate holiday destination. You can take a look at these pictures, these images. Don't you imagine seeing yourself and the homies, the family, the friends, everybody having a good time in the Dominican Republic, one of the cheapest places American tourists can go. Your money lasts you a long time, and plus, you're going to be living and dining and playing a lot of good golf and getting some sunshine. So here's the deal we offer for you guys. If you mention the Culture Crooks podcast in relation to booking a trip at Villa Bonita in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, if you book 4 nights, you will get 1 night for free. And if you book 8 nights, you will get 2 nights for free. So that's right. If you use Culture Crooks podcast, when making your booking, whether you need to contact them, you can use me or you can contact them directly. Let them know you are using the Culture Crooks podcast discount code, and you can get 1 free night if you book 4, and you can get 2 free nights if you book 8. So I don't know, that's a no-brainer. That sounds like an amazing deal. Definitely somewhere that we're trying to get out maybe after this Saudi Arabia trip. So yeah, take a look. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly on social media. And yeah, it looks like an amazing experience. So jump at the chance. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And if you have any questions, holler at your boy. Good. You know, but again, I've never fought someone with a losing record. And that was something that I said to myself going into my career. I was like, I don't want to fight someone with an embarrassing record. Because I've been following the sport for a while. And I've seen fighters, you know, building their careers. And you're like, guys fighting 1-32. And you're like, bro, like that's kind of embarrassing, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'd rather fight a guy that's like maybe 5 wins and like 4 losses, you know, or something like that.
I remember.
I think I fought a guy with like 18 wins and like
That's 20, a lot of wins.
20-something losses.
But that's still a lot of wins.
Yeah.
That's a journeyman.
That's still a lot of wins. 18 wins is a lot of wins.
I was 1-0 in my second pro fight. I fought a guy who was 4-9, but he's like 42 years old. And he was an old pro boxer, and he literally had like 20, 30 pro boxing matches. And they asked him in an interview, like, why are you doing MMA? And he's like, I just want to hit somebody with these little gloves. And I love that. And,
I love that.
And he hit me harder than anyone's ever hit me in my life.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I threw a leg kick, and he overhand righted me
At the same
right
time.
in my neck.
My neck.
And he was like I was getting judo chopped. You know, like,
Did it shut you down?
yeah, I dropped and I woke up on the ground and he was standing over me. I was like, how did I get down here? And I got up really quick and moved, and I had a good poker face, like fainting at him, like get away from me. But I couldn't feel my whole body for like 2 minutes.
Whoa.
I ended up getting the win. It was cool. I got like an inverted triangle because he's like 42 years old. He doesn't know what he's doing. But I got an inverted triangle.
That's cool.
But yeah, he hit me harder than anybody had ever hit me. He was like 4 wins and 9 losses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trap fights.
Yeah, no, actually, I fought a few of these guys, dog.
Yeah.
Watch them. Well, check out the records
take
of these
them seriously.
dudes. Yeah,
I mean,
because they have a lot of
anything
wins
can happen,
though.
Bro. All it takes is one hit, one punch. You
I
know?
fought 17 and 11 guy.
That's not
That's a
bad.
good
That's my
record.
record.
I fought.
That's a good record.
That's my record.
I fought 18 and 16.
Okay.
That's not bad.
That's still not bad.
And 15 and 26 is the one.
15 and 26 still. 15 wins.
Yeah.
Like it's
was that Charlotte in Spain guy? You know what I'm talking about? The guy from
No, I'm not saying anything about your record. I'm saying that's the guy. The 15 and 26 is the one that I fought where like he's like
it's a losing
kind of
record.
questionable. You
Did
know?
he give you that work though? Was he coming at you?
Nah,
I
fucked his shit. I fucked his shit up. Yeah, because right after that I fought Tim Means.
Dirty
Yeah.
bird.
For
I like
me,
it.
like, because, like, obviously in America, because you've got a much bigger pool of fighters that you can fight and crazy-ass fools that just want to put their hands on people. But in Asia, it's quite tough. And, like, the average Asian isn't like, I just want to punch someone in the face, you know what I mean? So you're usually fighting, like, high-level guys.
There's no journeyman in Asia.
There are, but not really. Not really. Like the Japanese lower weight guys who have been around for a long time, you can say, like, even like Shinya Aoki, he's got like 40 something wins and like 20 something losses, I think.
Yeah.
But like he's been a world champion.
So you're not gonna see a 10-10 guy in Asia, really?
I mean, it can happen, but it's uncommon. Like you'll see like some Filipino guys that are like 3-9, 3-6, you know, and they're kind of the feeders. Whenever you see like a Filipino fighter fight MMA, like, no offense Filipinos, but you guys are kind of like the scrubs of Asia. Like, people just kind of use them. You know, no joke. But because they're all boxers and they don't have a ground game. Like, I fought a Filipino. Like, he was like a bodybuilder / boxer. And I was like, okay, this guy can punch. So I just took him down. He had like no grappling and no wrestling, nothing. So I smashed him. So that's why like UA Warriors, like a lot of the big promotions will like find these guys in Philippines and like use them as what you guys were referencing as like setup fights.
Cannon fodder.
Yeah, cannon fodder, cans, you know?
Yeah.
So that they do have that in a way, but if you're fighting in places like Korea and Japan, at least at the higher weights, like our weight class, you're fighting against good guys. Like my debut in Korea, I fought a guy who was 28-1 in kickboxing coming into MMA. So the guy was like legit. But yeah, like if you're a foreigner in any of our situation, if you're in my place, like they just want to match you against a favorable Korean that the people are like, oh, we're gonna see the Korean whoop the foreigner. Like that's what they always set up. And for the most part, the foreigners do a pretty damn good job.
It's always an away game when you live in Vegas, though. You're always just away game, right? You're always going to hometown.
Unless it's in Vegas.
Yeah.
Of course. Luckily, we've all fought here in Vegas. It's very convenient when you get to fight
Hell
in
yeah.
Vegas.
Cut weight at the PI.
For sure.
Exactly,
And just
that's-
waking up in your own bed is
that's
lovely.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's one of my favorite
See,
things.
Man, yeah. For the karate combat, I fought Gorian Slaveski, the BKFC champion, and it was here in town, but they like did everything they could to like make it not feel like it was a home game for me. Like,
Really?
he had like his own commercial.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, hey, where's my commercial?
Look at
What's
Like-
the what's the time limit? What's the time on that?
5 minutes.
We got 5 more minutes?
No, I already.
He
Oh
already
shit! All right, my
got
bad.
this. You're good.
Just
Don't
making
worry.
sure.
That's what we brought Malik
My
back.
bad.
For the viewers, we have
Yeah.
Malik here.
This is the first time I'm not working.
Because like
on it.
D-Rod would have to focus on the camera because we have like a cutoff timer that we can't for some reason change. So that's what we have Malik. So D-Rod can finally relax, let his feathers down a bit.
Yeah.
You're good.
All right.
You were concerned for a second. You had a little bit of concern on your face. I like it. Here we go. Only 40 minutes too late, but we're here. We're out here. But yeah. So you were saying before he rudely interrupted you.
My bad.
So your last opponent got a C4 commercial, and you're asking for your OnlyFans commercial. Is that what you're saying? Is that what we're
Yeah,
going?
D-Rod, where's one?
Yeah. Oh shit!
What's up, D-Rod?
He doesn't work for.
Can I get a
he's an
case?
employee.
Can I get a case?
Yeah, hey, yeah.
Take
all
that
the guests
shit.
leave with a case of Monster
Case of
Energy.
Zero
yeah.
sugar?
Yeah.
Or it gets shot. Either or.
Are you gonna shoot it?
We have. We did the other day. We went and shot some monster
Oh,
cans.
waste.
Why?
It's caffeine. And,
Yeah, you're upset, bro. This guy.
I have a caffeine.
He took me to what's the name of that
Protein
supplement?
source.
No. The supplement store.
Oh, Nevada
here.
discount.
Nevada discount. Yeah. So I never been there, and he was like, "Yo, you got to check out this place. Like, has all the energy drinks and like all this shit.
Every
It's actually a
flavor.
pretty cool store. You'd probably like it."
Yeah.
And we
I think
went-
I've been there before. Is it by LVAC over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we walked through there, and he's like, "Oh, this energy drink," and he's like, "Oh, this energy drink's from North Korea, and like this one's from Taiwan." And he's like, "These are the ones in Thailand," like telling me about all the energy drinks. I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Would you? I'm gonna get you my favorite one." He's like, "It's my all-time favorite flavor." I was like, "All right, Jenkins." So he gets me this flavor. Not gonna lie, it tastes pretty fucking good.
Tastes like Capri Sun, like our childhood.
Yes.
Do
It
they have
did.
Capri Sun where you're from?
Yeah, I grew up
But it's got GMOs in it.
the original. Like, I don't know where ours came from, if it was America or Britain, but Yeah, we're all
Europeans don't really let.
Every time I go to a smoke shop, I always get the foreign candies and shit.
Aren't they fire?
Yeah.
They are fire.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they don't try to poison us over there. So they're pretty good.
I'm pretty sure too.
Right? Like this young man also grew up where I grew up. So it's like we've been fortunate to eat like Asian candy and feel like we're not being cancered. But whatever, you know, it is what it is. Keep eating the Cheetos and Skittles and whatnot. Didn't they ban that shit in California?
What's wrong with Cheetos?
Got like cancer.
The only PEDs.
What's wrong with hot Cheetos?
The only PEDs D-Rod's on are pizza, enchiladas, and Doritos.
Flaming. Anything hot.
Anything flaming hot flavor?
Bro, if you give him flaming hot, he'll still put the hot sauce on the flaming hot.
That's crazy.
And lemon.
Yeah.
And lemon, he says.
Yeah.
Put the heat on everything.
You put black pepper on something?
I've been running now. Actually, right now I gotta go get some more.
Yeah, no, he's.
I've been kind of laying off it though. I'm trying to stay away from sodium.
His diet is super clean right now.
He puts it on.
He's on point. Don't you see? He's looking a little lean and shit.
He is right
Yeah,
there,
bro.
I saw the scale was like 85 the other day.
86.
86.
Yeah.
I was right after wrestling though, so I was like, fuck it.
Okay.
That doesn't count.
That's the best though.
You
That's
mean
the best time away.
He was really 192.
Right.
Really 192.
Hey, real shit.
It's facts. 191. But now we're jumping in the.
I've been waking up in the 80s, so
That's good.
Yeah, he's really. we've really been able to have some good discussion on just like really dialing it in and making this weight cut the easiest weight cut because the last few have not been easy.
I've cut out the modelos. Fool, no, it's not more Modelo time no more.
No
homies.
more alcohol. We're going for a little. We're going for some.
Can you explain to the viewers what D-Rod's his fight week like?
How it used to
my
be.
diet.
experience?
How it used to be, dog.
The diet. I mean, bro, the first time I cornered D-Rod was Kevin Lee, and obviously it was my first time. Like I wasn't in any position to like tell him how to eat or do anything. I was just observing and was just there to be a body, you know, like because I was just there to like help him get warmed up and shit, and obviously kicking with him, and we were just kicking it, smoking and stuff. But he's like, "Oh, I'm hungry." He's like, "I'm gonna order some food," and he orders food for him and Rob. And it's like Mexican food, so I'm like thinking in my head like, oh, he's probably just gonna get like some meat or something, like some vegetables probably.
Lots of sodium.
And there's like motherfucking enchiladas and like tacos and sauce, and I'm like, it's Wednesday, and I'm like in my brain, I'm thinking while watching this, I'm like, look, I've never been in this corner before. I don't really know what his weight's at right now, but like this must be normal. He's got like 18 pro fights. It's like there's no way like.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. Drinking beers too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
week beers.
and I'm like, bro,
Hey,
this is amazing.
I used to sip beer.
And I was like, this is amazing. I was like,
That's horrible,
this is
dog.
impressive. This
Like
is
fucking
an
just
impressive feat.
So
And then he goes to make weight. He makes weight, but after he makes weight, he just has a really bad episode of the cramps.
Yeah,
And
I started cramping real bad.
cramping real bad, and usually, like,
It was extreme, bro.
I'll explain the science here for those who don't understand. When you put a lot of sodium in your body, it's basically like asking your body to hold water. Whereas when we're fighting and cutting weight, we don't want that. We want the opposite of that. We want to lose water. So D-Rod had done amazing getting up to a certain weight, and then literally like 2 days before weigh-ins was like, all right, body, we're going to fill you up with stuff that wants us to fill our whole body up with water, and let's load it up. So by doing that, going to weigh in, he had to work a little bit extra harder to make the weight, whereas if he didn't eat that meal and drink those beers, the weight cut would have been way better.
Still buffalo shrimps, bro.
Buffalo shrimps. Yeah, his favorite is buffalo shrimp.
fried?
From Hooters.
They're not. Are they fried? No. He gets
Yeah.
them. No, they're not. You don't get the fried ones. You get the. You're like, oh no, they're. They bake them. Do they bake them or they
baked
steam them?
shrimp.
They steam them, but you're like, no, because they have the plain steam and the buffalo. You're like, no, I'll get the buffalo.
Bro, them shits is breaded, bro.
Well, they bread it even better, bro. Even better. Even more sodium.
I would text Sasha like, "How's your doing?"
But
I don't want to talk about it.
For real.
in my mind, I was thinking like, well, it's just like a little, it's just shrimps, like you know.
It's
that's
just
it.
shrimps, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, so like,
bro.
so that's shrimps. So, but then it was funny because
buffalo
this
wings.
was in Charlotte at Hooters. His like ritual, especially when we're in America, is go to Hooters.
And drink beer.
I
and
drink.
some shrimps.
He literally get a pitcher of beer and buffalo shrimp, and I'm like, you're
After
weighing-
weigh-ins?
No, this is 2 days before weigh-ins.
Tuesday. That's on Tuesday.
That's on Tuesday. And then same thing. We fought back to back, and he was literally dying. Like we had to go another hour to make the weight against Gary. I was like, bro, you're not losing your purse to this fucking guy. I was like, you're losing this last little bit, and he was dying. And then I make weight the next week, and he's like, the fuck? He's like, how come that was so easy for you? I'm like, because I'm not fucking eating fucking buffalo shrimp and goddamn beer. Like, why, bro? And he's like,
I'll text him.
He was still grumpy as fuck though.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's regardless.
Yelling at people and shit. Like I never do that shit. I'm just like, I give up.
No. The reason I was yelling was because they were making me wait.
I can't do this shit. No.
I'm
gonna die.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm just gonna fucking.
I did 10 pounds. So my last time I went to 55. I did 10 pounds because I fought at like number 1 ranked guy in Canada, up in Canada, and for some reason they were still doing weigh-ins at like 5 or 7 in the afternoon.
Oh, that's the worst.
I know, it's like, what are we in 2006?
I did that.
Fucking weird.
I did that once for Tough Enough here, and I got all mad.
They do that shit here too?
I think they changed it because of me.
Okay.
Yeah, I bitched them out so much. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why are we weighing in at 3 o'clock? I was like, this is so fucking unprofessional.
Yeah.
Like, why am I 170 right now?
Well, I usually get within
I was like, calm down.
I usually get within like 10 pounds, and I'll do like 5, and I'll do 5 in the morning when I wake
I get
up.
sassy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
you want
Like,
some ice?
You know what you do? You get within 5, and then do 5 in the
You have
morning.
a ice cube.
For me, yeah, I've been kind of tweaking it a bit because I used to make weight like the night before and then just like go to bed.
That's what I normally do.
And I'm like, that's fucking stupid because it's like, why am I
Uncomfortable.
struggling and like for 8 hours? Whereas I'll just go to sleep early and wake up early and then cut the rest. Like I wake up at like 5 in the morning if weigh-ins are at like 9.
Yeah.
And just like slowly and comfortably cut the weight.
Yeah, I usually get within 10. I'll do 5 the night before, and then 5 in the morning before weigh-ins. And in Canada, they had us do it at 7 o'clock. So Lance was up there with me. He was cornering me, and he was like, well, I guess we're just going to do 10 in the middle of the day. At 10, about fucking killed me. Like, I was in the bathtub, like, naked. He was rubbing ice cubes on my temples. I was like, get me out of here, I'm gonna die. You're gonna kill me. Like, you know, you're just saying stupid shit. You're like making noises men shouldn't make, like, you know, like, you're like, why? Like, he filmed me. He was so embarrassed. He was like,
You're
listen
so
to you
pathetic.
dying. And I'm like,
Bro, but there are a lot of fighters who do that themselves. Like I've cut weight by myself multiple times because I know that like I know I'm not putting myself in danger when I cut weight.
Yeah.
But there are chances like that anything can fucking happen. Like
Yeah.
you need someone around because, bro, you're literally like, I was like, 100-year-old grandma could whip my ass right now. Like, that's how I literally feel. Like, she could literally like poke me in the stomach. I'd be like, tap out. Like I'm done. Like you just feel like this little bitch.
Yeah, dog. And you know,
Sucks.
people don't appreciate water, bro. It's a,
Bro, the best
people
You're like,
are-
I went all camp without this. Oh.
bro. It's such a nice feeling when you rehydrate.
Oh,
like,
dude.
Like, and it's a good rehydration, like a comfortable one.
yeah, cold. I have to have mine ice cold, bro.
No, that makes you throw up. You get
Does
cold,
it?
Cold water right after
Room
weigh-ins.
temperature you need.
Yeah, you need room temperature.
I don't know. I just love that first dinner that night after.
I can never eat like right away.
No,
I have to,
you
like-
have to wait.
Nibble.
Yeah, you have to like build your like my last
Olive
weight
Garden.
cut. My last weight cut with Billy, bro.
I always do like.
He had me on this crazy like carb load like after I made weight, and honestly I felt amazing. Like, but it was like overload, bro. Like I was blending like rice, coconut water, and honey, and like just like blending it like into a liquid, and was just like drinking that for hours.
That's nice, but have you had the breadsticks from Olive Garden?
No, I don't eat trash, bro. I don't eat that trash.
Have you had the tour of Italy?
Bro, I haven't been to Olive Garden since
Let's go after my fight.
college.
go after my
But no,
fight.
you know what took over Olive Garden? And I went there with Chris once before Karate Combat fight is Carrabba's. Have you been to
I've
Carrabba's?
never
Yeah,
been.
we went for.
Did we go before?
No, I went. He told me to go because y'all went
in Orlando.
In
was it?
Orlando,
Yeah, that shit's a spot, bro.
yeah.
Carrabba's is fire.
It was good.
Bro.
It was good.
Never been.
Oh,
You gotta
me
go.
too. You get the soup. You get the salad. You get the fucking. They have this one. It's called the.
They got a killer
John-
soup salad at Olive Garden, though, bro.
No, but, bro, I have a really bad.
Breadsticks.
Like, this, not for me personally, but there was this chick that I knew who was suing Olive Garden because she got chlamydia eating at Olive Garden because the motherfucker that served her shit jizzed in her fucking in her pasta. And I'm like, what kind of seedy ass motherfuckers work at Olive Garden? So I was just
Wow.
like, so I was like, eh.
That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Bro, imagine
What
getting
the
chlamydia, dog.
What the fuck?
I think you can look
She's
that
like,
shit up. She got strep throat, bro.
Yeah.
Strep throat.
yeah.
And then they
I went to Olive Garden.
And, no, but for real, bro.
How they know? How they know it was him?
So she
How
took
they know it was him?
leftovers and left it in the fridge, and then literally like next day she was in hospital, blah blah. And they're like, what was the last thing you had? Like I went to Olive Garden, and then they tested her blood, and she had chlamydia. At the hospital, they told her that, and she's like, what the fuck? And they're like, do you have the food that you ate? She's like, actually I do. And they like tested it, and they found there was semen in it.
Hey, yo.
And then they tested it to the fucking staff. It was some young dude. He was like 23 or something.
Just busted.
The type of people that live that.
Bro, can you imagine? Like, think about how many sick fucks there are out there.
Brother,
For
brother.
real, bro. That's why I eat a lot at home.
Hey, listen. Every time I go to Florida, I go to the Waffle House.
Bro.
But when I was a kid, I found a
How many
roach
fights?
in my waffle.
A roach?
And
Like
I
a
still go.
cockroach.
I still go. We don't have Waffle Houses here.
Did you eat
No.
it?
No, I didn't eat the fucking roach.
That's like another UFC octagon of Waffle House, bro. They just be getting in fights.
Have
at
you
Waffle
have
House.
you seen any fights personally at a Waffle House? Like
No,
live?
no. Last time I
No.
went, supposed to be this
I
last
can
one.
see.
but
I've only been to-
I can
I've-
see Jenkins like headlining like a Waffle House like fight night.
Yeah.
Yeah, like main
That would be
event.
kind of fire, actually.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
just like against like a 300-pound like
Waffles.
300-pound black chick.
Shit, the Waffle House is in L.A., bro.
You guys have Waffle
They-
Houses over there?
yeah, Roscoe's,
But
chicken and
they're
waffles.
not called Waffle House, right?
No. I've only been the few Waffle Houses I've been to are like in the middle of nowhere, like like Cowboy's house.
Albuquerque.
Yeah, in Albuquerque and shit.
I was.
But there were I never really been to anywhere it's like you know.
When we were in Mississippi, they were like literally every 100 yards. It was crazy, bro. I was like, why are there so many?
throw a
Waffle
rock and
Houses?
hit a Waffle House.
For real. I was
So
like,
when Cowboy was doing his last couple camps at Syndicate, I was his lefty guy for him. He's fighting a lefty. And he was so happy one day he walked in. He's like, yeah, I'm fighting at 70. I was like, oh, that's cool. He's like, yeah. Man, I can eat 5 guys on fight week again. He was so happy about being able to eat 5 guys on fight week.
yeah, Cowboy's diet is also very surprising. Like, dude does not eat a lot.
You get it from him, huh?
He learned a lot from Cowboy,
Yeah.
especially the gummies and candy.
Candy.
Yeah, he eats a lot
Candy.
of candy. He fasts though. He'll go like cause like Shara, she would like she was his nutritionist, so she would
I
always be
like
like,
her. She's cool.
she's like I can't get him to eat because he's always doing stuff. So
Yeah.
she'd like have to prepare food and be like break, eat. You know, like
Yeah.
he would go
Yeah.
all day working like from like 6
Doing
a.m.
ranch
to
work.
6 p.m. no food.
All day.
Yeah, and then go train afterwards.
Just a little bit of chew and he's
Yeah, yeah. It's wild.
John
Yeah,
said
they-
he was going down there for pads and helping out with camp, and then Cowboy would just call him at like 11:30 p.m. Hey, you want to hit pads?
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. And he's like,
You have to.
and he would
be
just
ready.
go and do it. And then
You
he
have
would
to be
hit,
ready at all times.
He would hit pads at like midnight.
Bro, you'd be chilling with Cowboy, and then he'd be, like finish practice, and then he's like, and then Char comes in and is like, all right, pack your stuff, we're leaving. I was like, what? I was like, where are we going? And he's like, our Cowboy's deciding to go to Lake House, going right now. And I was like, okay. Just like, pack your shit, and just like driving through the night to the Lake House, and just like, all right. You know, he's so spontaneous. You have to
Yeah,
be ready,
yeah.
ready to do anything. And then when we were in Thailand, it's just like, all right, group massages, and just like.
I haven't
like
seen the
those-
movie you were in.
Oh, you should check it out. It's like if you have Hulu, it was like number 3 on movies on
I have
Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah, it's 3 Days in Malay. I'm the opening scene. You'll see me
What?
get,
Okay, I'm
you'll
gonna
see
watch
me
it
get
when I go home.
murdered, bro. Yeah,
You
can
get
watch.
killed?
Yeah, I guess I'm Cowboy's character's like best friend. Sorry to spoil it, guys, but check it out. 3 days, 3 Days in Malay. It's on Hulu. Check that shit. I think it's on other shit too, but it's like top 3 movies or something on Hulu. But yeah, I'm like his best friend, and we're like on the front line or whatever, and I say some stupid shit, and then I get shot in the head.
That's
But,
it?
Yeah.
No fight scene?
I'm shooting some fools on like a turret gun, like, and I'm helping Cowboy like evade some shit, and then I like duck behind it. I'm like talking with the homie, and then I'm like I look up and I'm like as if I'm about to shoot again. I'm like, doof, I get sniped.
No.
You know, and that was my scene. You know, that was my Hollywood debut.
But
it was cool. Had a couple lines.
Did you ever watch Saving Private Ryan?
Did you rehearse like how to die?
Pardon me?
Did you rehearse how to die?
Bro, didn't even. It took 2 takes.
Just-
2 takes. They said I did a good job. The first I did one practice without the explosion, like 'cause
Yeah.
they do like a blood shot thing, and then the second one was blood, and then the third one they did it again, and that was
Nice.
it. They said
Yeah.
a good job. I was like, are you guys just saying? I always thought they were just saying that because I did so bad. That's how I felt. I was like, I did so
They're like,
bad. Yeah. They're just like
thumbs
being
up.
nice. They're like,
Like-
oh, he's a fighter. Let's not piss him off. Like,
Yeah.
he was so bad that like we don't want to hurt his feelings. We're just gonna cut his scene completely. That's what I genuinely thought. I was like, I'm probably not even gonna be in the movie. And then when they actually saw myself in it, I was like, oh, they kept me in it.
Yeah. So, like,
that's how it felt.
Vin Diesel was in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, was he? Was he
Yeah.
like an extra or something?
No, he dies like in the first 20 minutes or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
He has like
A minimal role.
30 lines, whatever.
Uh-huh.
He does something stupid and he gets killed, whatever. But no one knew that like he was gonna be as big as he was.
He
And
gets
that's like one of
sniped.
his first movies. He gets sniped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like
so
saving a
basically
little
what
girl.
you're saying is I'm the next Vin Diesel?
Yes.
Okay.
Bald,
so I got
jacked.
sniped. Family. It's all about family. So
Yeah.
it's rubbing off. No, I mean, we both got sniped, so yeah, it works out.
Yeah, he could be the next Vin Diesel.
Or Wesley Snipes, Blade.
He was way cool before Blade. He was actually probably cooler before
Bro, I
Blade.
loved fucking Blade. If
Yeah.
there's a movie that I was like super into as a kid, it was Blade.
Yeah, Blade was awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wesley Snipes was fucking.
All 3 of them shits.
Yes, I was so into him.
Everyone hates the third one. I like
I like
the third
it.
one. He fights
Everyone-
I
Dracula.
think
Yeah.
they're doing a new one too.
They are.
No, for real?
They are.
Is Wesley in it?
No.
They got a new guy.
He's all right. He's like 48 though already. He's already kind of old, so it's kind of weird.
Is
Is he in prison?
No.
Wasn't
That
he
was
in
years
prison?
ago.
Oh,
That was like
okay.
15 years ago.
Okay, my
Tax
bad.
evasion.
Yeah.
Fuck
Fuck
them taxes, right?
that shit. Fuck him.
Welcome.
Everyone's fucked.
Gotta pay those. Gotta pay those.
My homie Jimmy has never done taxes, and he's like he's like 28 years old. He told me the other day because I helped him move out here and helped him get his license and blah blah blah. Like he came out to train with us, right? You remember Jimmy?
Oh, yeah. Where's
Yeah.
that kid from again? Colorado?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he came out and he got his shit together.
Did he?
Yeah, and then he got like place to stay, car, license, everything, right? And then I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to Lance's. Lance is gonna help me do my taxes, you know. And then he's like, taxes. I never done that before. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean you've never done? He's like, never. I was like, yeah. What happens to people when they don't do taxes?
Then when you're 50, the IRS knocks on your door and throws you in
A
prison.
bill. No, they give you a bill.
Yeah, you owe like $150,000.
No, but I mean, I'm sure. I don't think Jimmy was earning a big
Doesn't
salary.
matter.
No.
They probably don't care. Yeah, because
Mostly cash jobs.
If you're winning,
you know.
if you're basically, if he has a bank account and he's showing less than $15,000 have gone in and out of his bank account in a year, the IRS won't bother him.
Oh, okay.
But if they're giving you physical cash money, they're not gonna know. And you're
Yeah.
living, then of course, there's lots of people like that live off the grid, right?
Yeah.
You just live off cash, suck some dick, like live
Yo.
off grid.
Wait, what?
what the fuck?
But
I
what?
was talking like train people, maybe. You know, like hold pads, be a pad holder or something.
No, I'm talking
Yeah.
about people out there, dog.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like the first step of even doing. Hey, I'd like to do my taxes since 2009. Like, what would you do to
Gay.
even start? Like,
TurboTax, I guess. I don't
back
know.
tax?
Base stuff.
That's
Back-
a lot of work.
Yeah.
No, babes, basically you, like I said, if you have an income to show, you would basically say, oh, I owe from this amount, and then you pay them, and they're like, oh, thank you. Like, literally, that's how it is. Otherwise, they would just send you a bill, and if you don't pay it, then they'll try to like negotiate a discounted rate that you owe.
Imagine trying to do like 15 years of taxes.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Well, you might get a lot back, honestly.
I mean, if you can literally show all your expenses and like, and have
get a
all
lot
the
back.
paperwork, you could
Like,
definitely.
I think I didn't do
do
my
something.
taxes the last 2 years, but I didn't make like enough. I'm sure if I have like the ability to get all the information for all the stuff for the last 2 years, so I'm sure if I did it like next year, I'd get a lot more.
Jimmy does like odd jobs, like he'll do like be like a moving man or something like that. You know, a lot of cash
Like cash
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's just always been like that.
Yeah,
No,
you
that's
just
good.
look at.
What do you guys think for this weekend's big boxing fight? It's been kind of low key under the radar, Usyk and.
It's weird how it's
Fury.
kind of got
has been.
swept, huh?
I don't know why that is. Why do you think that is? I feel
It's
like.
the biggest boxing match in the last 30
under
years.
promoted.
But why is Jake Paul?
That
Mike
shit should
Tyson
be
getting
being
more-
promoted during the NBA fucking finals right now, dude. Like,
For
Well,
sure.
I think Tyson just got like less public eye after the
Ngannou.
Ngannou fight.
Ooh,
And then
I didn't think about that.
Did a big number on like what
Joshua.
people actually think about.
You know,
Tyson's
the
boxing
odds
fight.
for this fight are like even. It's like a pick 'em.
Mhm.
But I'm siding. I feel like Usyk's gonna get it done.
yeah.
Nope.
Nope, you got Fury.
Actually, I don't know now because Tyson looks really lean. Usually he uses his mass to
Yeah,
like
it's lean on
drape
me.
over people and make them
Lean
look
on them.
tired.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that's what he does to everybody. He would get people in like headlocks, like Deontay Wilder.
The thriller on people.
That's what he does. Because he'd be like 270, right?
Yeah, but
That's-
6'7".
Yo, so he would
270,
come in like
massive.
270, fight Deontay Wilder who's like 213.
Yes.
You know, and then he would just like put him
Lay
in the
on
headlock and lean on him, and just that's what he does to everybody.
His
He leans on
potato
people.
body, yeah.
But he couldn't lean on Ngannou. Ngannou's too big. He's
And
an
he
MMA
can
guy.
actually move.
Yeah.
But I think also Fury didn't even train for that fight.
That's
Possibly.
what a lot of people
Not
said.
look like it.
It did not look like it. Yeah, he just did not take him
Yeah,
seriously.
he didn't look as lean as he does for this fight.
No, he looks in shape. He looks ready.
I've never seen Fury this small before, ever. I don't even think for his Vladimir Klitschko fight. I don't think he's
Bro,
this small.
I've been such a fan of Usyk ever since the Olympics when he was competing in the
Cruiserweight.
Olympics. And, bro, like, he's so good. I think he's going to win. I think
Yeah,
he's, gonna
honestly, dog, Tyson Fury's fucking.
win. He's good, man.
Yeah, he's
He's a
damn
problem.
good, and he's a fucking giant. bro.
Yes, it's very hard to fight someone like
He's
that.
also like,
So
but
Usyk's gonna have to really get
inside.
inside,
And
bro, and
use,
work
like,
in the
footwork.
pocket, you know, on the side, working the body, and then eventually.
Well,
a
like,
fight,
I could
yeah.
see him, like, if Ngannou dropped Fury like that, like, I could definitely see, like, Usyk, like, being able to get inside and, like, hurt him, like, with, like, an uppercut overhand, like, something like that
Yeah,
combination.
well, Fury's hit the fucking canvas a few times.
For sure.
You
For
know?
sure. Usyk, I mean, there was that, I don't know if you guys saw that fight against Dubois where he got hit on the belt line. And obviously, the belt line in boxing is illegal. Like, you can't hit the belt line. That's considered a low blow. But based on the placement, it looked like a body shot.
Mhm.
And he went down, and everyone's saying, like, oh, that should have been a KO. Technically speaking, also, what regular people don't understand is you're also wearing a boxing cup.
Yeah.
So when you get hit at that part of the boxing cup, it actually lifts your cup. And if, as you guys know, when your cup gets lifted, it hurts your nuts. Like,
Yeah.
especially when heavyweights are throwing, I'm sure.
oh, for sure.
So I think it was a illegal shot, and I think it was fine. And then obviously Usyk recovered and knocked him out. But I know a lot of people are talking, oh, like, Fury's going to target the body. Remember, Fury's fucking tall as shit. So
Yeah.
Usyk's a shorter fighter. Like, it's always, in my opinion and in my experience, you've obviously fought some taller fighters we discussed, and you have a tall fighter coming up. But for me, as the longer fighter, it's actually very hard to get inside to the body on a shorter fighter.
Mhm.
We like to be at range. Like, for Fury to get inside and want to, like, go with Usyk, I think would be a strange strategy. In my opinion, I would try to, like, be on the outside when Usyk has to come in, like, and use your footwork. That's how, like, I would see Fury having to fight to leave him, like, at bay. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's gonna be all strategy. They're both sick. They're both, like, fucking sick. So
Well, now that he's smaller, I don't know how the, you know, he doesn't.
Cushion.
He can't wait. Well, he can't lean on the guys anymore. He can't make them all tired. You know,
but maybe he's gonna be even more athletic that we haven't seen, like, better
Ooh.
footwork.
a better Tyson
Yeah.
Fury.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, if Tyson Fury wins this fight, it's like there's every reason for him to retire. It's like perfect.
I think
Yeah.
he'll come back for the AJ fight.
Josh.
For either of these guys,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's literally the biggest boxing
Well,
match.
especially for Usyk, because he
done
beat
cruiserweight.
Joshua twice.
Yes, there's no reason for him to fight again.
He was also wasn't he also undisputed at cruiserweight?
Yeah.
He had all 4 belts.
Yeah,
so he's done everything.
yeah, he'll be
Lower weight class.
double champ.
Oh, he'd be undisputed in 2 weight classes. That'd be insane.
Yeah, and retire like that.
Has anybody done that before?
I don't think so. Well,
Floyd was never undisputed ever.
Uh-huh.
He never had all 4 belts. Isn't that weird for him
That
being
is weird.
the
But
greatest?
that's only because of politics, right?
I think he didn't want to pay like $300,000 of whatever it was to hold the IBF belt. He's like,
So
F that
ridiculous.
belt.
So ridiculous. You gotta
Yeah.
pay. Like, yeah. So that's boxing for you.
Canelo probably when he's done will probably have a better resume than anyone ever.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
the Usyk thing, that's pretty impressive if you can get all 4 belts in 2 weight classes.
Yeah.
Because Canelo's got weight class, or he's got all 4, and then he's went up, he's went down. He's
Yeah, but
he's had him in the lower ones, you
But
know.
he's not gonna do that. Up
I think that kind of adds to the greatness of a boxer to be able to
go up.
go up.
Well, look at
or
Manny
down.
Pacquiao, right?
Yeah.
Multiple.
Is it 9? 9
Yeah.
weight classes?
Yeah, that's like insane.
Is he 9 weight class world champion?
Yeah. No. Maybe 8 or 7 or something.
So
but still
ridiculous.
insane.
He used to be 105 pounds.
Crazy, man. Crazy. 105. Jeez. And then what did he finish at? Like 150?
I think he was 153 at the end, or maybe 147.
45
Yeah,
pounds.
I think 47.
I'm a man now.
Yeah.
Well, just boxing dudes up.
Hell yeah.
That's sick. But yeah, no, that fight's, if people are trying to tune in, I believe it's like noon on Saturday. So tune in for that. I know there's a UFC this weekend. I think the main event is Barboza versus...
I don't know who it is.
Bro, that's wild.
I feel
don't know.
weird not knowing.
I know. You see, like, I feel like
He's ranked too.
they're not even getting the attention they deserve, bro.
You know.
You know what I mean? Let's get a little quick check on
Lerone Murphy? Leron?
That's right. Leron Murphy.
Is it Leron?
Leron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's from England. He's pretty good, but that should be a good main event.
I trained with him a little bit in Thailand.
Oh yeah, he was out there with Bangkok.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bangkok. So yeah, let's go over some announcements they made today. We got Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad 2 in Manchester.
Boo.
Boring.
Aspinall and Blades 2.
Weird
Fight. We got Paddy Pimblett and Bobby Green.
That should be good.
Yeah, in Manchester, and then we got the Giga Chikadze coming back after a long ass layoff against Arnold Allen. So I don't know if that's a good fight for Giga, to be honest, but welcome back. And then we got Muhammad Mokaev against Manel Cape. I like that fight.
Yes.
I hope Cape smashes him. But yeah, no, those are some fight announcements that came out today. I also heard John Jones hinting at November 9 at Madison Square Garden against Stipe at the end of the year.
Finally.
Yeah, so that's also something that's finally going to happen.
Yeah, why did you guys wait so damn long? Crazy.
He tore his head surgery, right?
Pec
His
or
pec.
bicep?
I think it was pec.
Ugh.
Yeah, he tore his pec off the bone. Getting ready for, it was like a week out or something, or 2 weeks out or something.
You think we'll get Pereira versus Jones ever?
I don't think.
It's the biggest fight ever.
Yeah.
That would do numbers, bro.
I think John Jones would take the challenge.
Well, yeah. I mean, he'd be the huge favorite. I mean,
Just
Jones beat his mentor, and Jones would probably be like 30 pounds bigger.
Yeah.
Pereira's like 220 something in a cage, though.
Yeah, but Pereira's actually like surprisingly got decent like defensive grappling and like seems to hold his own better than Cyril Gane, I think. But yeah, you got to get it down there.
He trains with Glover. He has to be good at grappling, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would figure. But yeah, that'll be an interesting ass fight for sure. But yeah, tune in for the UFC card. I believe one of my old opponents is finally. He was like Ramiz Brahimai. I fought him in the UFC. He was coming off of a long layoff due to like a spinal injury. He's fighting against that crybaby that The Rock supports, Themba Garimba or whatever. That guy, every time I see an interview, he's complaining about something. So he got
Inspirational.
He got scammed trying to like open a library, which is awesome. Like, you know, good for him. But it's like, do your due diligence, bro. Don't cry about it.
Didn't
The
The Rock give him a mansion?
not a
Not
mansion.
mansion.
They gave him a house. Yeah, he had like $6 in his account or something, and then he gave him he looked out for him. But yeah,
That's
every
crazy.
time I see him on UFC Fight Week, it's like always some tragic shit. Like it's never like positive. Like I mean, he seemed like a good person, but it's always like some tragic shit. Like he said that he got scammed, and then his coach's mom died. It's like I understand, but like why are we knowing that? You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
My coach's mom.
Yeah, every time you have a big fight coming up, it's like your grandma dies, your wife or your girlfriend breaks up with you, your animal dies, something like something you go fired from your job, like you just fucking
Just get on with
right?
it. Yeah. No, like
I think that's just kind of like what fighting teaches you, though. Like, you're just like, oh, this is happening. Oh, of course this is. Oh, I got this skin infection in my arm.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this broken finger. Like you see, like shit just happens, and you're just kind of like you roll with it. That's just kind of what as fighters.
It's
It hardens you,
but it's so ridiculous. Like it's funny he says that because like he laughed as well because he's obviously had the situation. Like I'm literally on my fight week on a Tuesday, like feeling good, moving around with this fucking retard, and all of a sudden he decides to spasmically punch me in the finger and dislocate my finger fight week. Oof. And I'm just like, bro, my fucking finger is like that way, like, and I'm like. I literally walk to my coach. I'm like, and he just like grabs my finger and just pulls it in place. And I'm like, fuck.
King Dave?
Yeah. And I'm literally telling him, I was like, bro, this is my fight week. Like, let's just play tag. And he's like, fucking somehow dislocate me. Like, I'm just like, seriously?
It's weird that people like to foul you. Like headbutts, fingers to the eye, wiener kicks, flying knees to the junk. Like, what is up with you? You're like a magnet for fouls.
In my conspiracy brain, they just have problems with me, and that's what they do. The fight that I had at XMMA with that guy, I can't remember his name, Tanner Saraceno, that guy, I genuinely feel like he was purposely fouling me, bro. Just to, like, he could get some time off. I don't blame him. You can do it. But, like, that was the one fight in my whole career that I got fouled 3 times in one round. He didn't even get a warning or a deduction. He was a hometown guy. But I didn't feel the same after getting poked twice in the eyes and then knee to the nuts. But, bro, that shit worked. Like, made me tired as fuck. And that's, you learn a lot of that shit because you look back and you're like, God damn, like, that fucking sucked. Like, I should have just quit. I should have just, like, but I'm always like that. Every time I get hurt in a fight, I always continue. Like, unless it's, like, literally, like, I can't continue. But I always want to get back in. I always think I'm losing. I always think, like, oh, I'm being a bitch. But for the most part now, I'm like, nah, like, let's, like, Raymond Daniels, for example, like, 23 seconds into the fight, I could have literally just been like, I can't continue. I almost threw up. I was dry heaving. If I'd thrown up, it would have been over. And I'm like, no, I want to fight this fucking guy, Go out there and all of a sudden I have the nervous system of a fucking 80-year-old tortoise. Like, I just can't react. And, but like in hindsight, I was like, bro, I should have just quit. Say I couldn't continue, get another 8 weeks, get paid again, and fucking rematch him. Like, that would have been like the smart play. But that's the game that we play. It's like a risk reward. It's a gamble, and
What's the worst foul you ever took?
Worst foul? I never really got hit in the nuts. I've been poked in the eyes. Been poked in the eye.
Poked in the eyes pretty damn bad.
Not really fouled. How about you?
Andrew Kwani poked me in the eye.
You fight Andrew Kwani?
I fought everybody, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I fight Sasha's grandma for $20. You know what I'm saying?
She's pretty badass though. She got 6 songs.
$20 is $20.
$20. That's a real trailer boy right there. Yeah. Fight for the shirt on your back.
No, I fought him and he's like 25-2 in kickboxing, and then like he's a UFC guy. We had like the same record, but
That was a good
like
fight.
oh he's 40 years old. It's not a regular 40-year-old dude. He's like Nigerian. It's like hitting fucking steel with your fist. And we fought bare knuckle. I hit him. I'm like, my fucking hands hurt from hitting this guy.
Yeah, no, that was a war. If you guys want to see a fucking sick ass fight, watch Jenkins fight against Njokwani in Gamebred. Pretty sure
highly entertaining fucking fighter
Most-
right here.
every
I
fight-
gotta give it to you. I gotta give it to you, dog. Your fights never fucking disappoint, bro.
Since I've met Brandon, I've been entertained by all of his fights.
Never
I remember,
disappoints.
The PFL flying knee knockout. I remember in Canada as well when you obliterated that guy.
His teeth were in my knee.
Yeah, his teeth were in his
Cut my knee open on his teeth. That was terrible.
Bro, when we all used to train with Baby Cat and you landed that fucking
Spinning elbow.
destroying that dude's face with that spinning elbow. Oh my god, it was so savage.
It felt horrible.
Like, imagine D-Rod throwing full, like, imagine you're going into a bag and you're throwing it is like the fastest rotation. As if, like, you don't even care that you'll land on your face after. You're just like, full rotation spinning elbow, and what lands is right on the guy's face. And he was instantly dead. And that was a KO he had in Mississippi, was it? Or
Iowa.
It
It's like two boards, two 2x4s, like clapping. That's what it sounded like.
Wasn't that the same? It was the night before my UFC debut.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I know it was the same night.
Same night.
So I watched you fight, and my butt cheeks were just the whole time watching you fight, and then I felt like I had adrenaline up watching Sasha fight. So then I went to fight that night, and I remember like it was my first fight back after my ACL, and having it reconstructed, and I fought at 65. And I was on my way back down to 55, and I fight this dude, and he's like juiced to the gills, like he is
big black dude.
No.
Was it a black dude?
It was a white dude.
It was a white dude.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. Did you ever knock?
I do fight a lot of black dudes. But
did you knock out a black dude with an elbow?
No.
Where am I tripping?
This guy had like abs on his fucking head, like he was just like his traps were like to his ears, like the dude was gigantic, right? And I remember like he came out and he cut me. And I remember sitting there like on the cage, he's pushing me. And I was like, "What is dripping on me?" And I'm looking around and on my feet, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm dripping on me." I'm like, "That's weird," because I'd never been cut, and I have this horrible scar now from it. But I was like, "I'm gonna get him back. We're in his hometown. Like, I gotta get him back. They could stop this in between rounds." And I didn't know I was gonna like ruin his life. And
So what happened to him then? What'd you do? What was the?
he had a 10-hour surgery.
10-hour surgery.
10-hour. He had like. The way they said it, so this is a really gross thing. In the cage, I go up to like congratulate him. He finally gets up off the ground, and he has like a towel right here. And he walks up to me and he takes the towel down, and his eyeball was sitting lower in his face.
Holy.
Like it was like this. It was lower, like Terminator or something.
Like shattered the bones in his
So it was I did the nose. So it was like someone took an ice cream scoop and just scooped inwards.
Oh.
So I broke orbital, nose, everything. The guy, he had a baby due like in 2 weeks.
Oh,
and he had and then it was right before Thanksgiving, so he had to spend Thanksgiving and the birth of like his third kid in the hospital. And like they were throwing around a GoFundMe, like people sent me his GoFundMe. I'm like, I'm sad about it, but I'm not that sad about it. Yeah, I was like, we made like $4,000. Like it is what it is.
Money, fuck.
But no, I felt, and then I seen the guy like a year later, and he was like twice as big.
Oh yeah.
Had like the hottest girlfriend, and I was like, I thought he was married. You know, I guess that caused a divorce. All kind, like I just totally changed this guy's life.
He made his life good.
Yeah, but
you should ask him.
I was like, I like the upgrade, dude. He's like, thanks, man.
Him for money.
Yeah,
he
but
seems to be doing well. You know. You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't want to say that. That's horrible. But yeah, I totally changed this guy's life. I did, and it was all because like he cut me. I was like, I'm gonna get him back. I didn't know I was gonna like get him back. You know.
Fuck yeah.
But I mean, if you're throwing spinning elbow, like I mean, you can't really throw it half-assed, right?
No,
I fell on the ground after I landed it. But that's how fast I threw it.
Such a full rotation. Like it was like.
Yeah.
Like, and just full impact.
It was like I went through him, and I kept going, and I fell on the ground. We both fell on the ground, and he just grabbed his eye.
Just Hail Mary.
Yeah.
D, do you know of anyone that you fought that you've hurt or, like, savagely, like, have you ever heard any stories of, like, opponents that you fought and something maybe happened after the fight because of what you did to them? Anything like that?
He made Mike Perry a boxer.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you retired Mike Perry from UFC, that's true.
Yeah, you're welcome, Mike.
Yeah, he owes you money too.
You're welcome. You're a millionaire now.
Yeah.
It's all because of me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, one of the fight you cornered me in against, so you fought, what's his name again? Gabe Green. And I fought his teammate, and that fight here in Vegas.
Yeah.
And, you know, we had a 3-round war, but afterwards he, like, posted on his social media and tagged me in it, and he's like, I broke my hand I broke my orbital and the side of my face. But he's like, I'm in the game, I'm a warrior, la da da.
I mean, I broke your orbital.
Yeah.
I broke your face. Like, what do you mean, man?
But I just was like, oh damn, like shit, like. And then when I saw that post, I was like, oh good, like, and not me like good that he's hurt, but like good, like I'm glad I hit hard, you know, like I do damage.
Mm-hmm.
And in my second pro fight, I fought like a really high ranked Korean guy. You remember back in Hong Kong, and I sparked that dude, and his manager became my manager. And he told me that the guy, he's a Korean guy. He told me, he's like, oh, your last opponent, he had to take off 3 years. Because like he had trouble sleeping and like seeing light and stuff. Like,
Oh my gosh.
Concussed him like so badly because I knocked him out like.
I want to hurt them. I don't want to injure them.
Yeah, I mean
but
the intent's not to injure them, but like if you do, you
It
do.
just be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it does. You know, it's a dangerous fucking sport. Anything can fucking happen at any time. But yeah, let's plug the socials. Let the people know where they can find you, Mr. Jenkins. Where do they find you on Instagram? What's your Instagram?
Instagram, B Jenkins MMA. Super simple.
Super simple. Follow him. Give him a follow. If you have X, do you have an X account?
Yeah.
Same shit.
I think
BJ.
yeah, same thing.
All right, we're gonna tag all the accounts, collab all that shit. So if you guys want to give him a follow his upcoming fight in Austin at Karate Combat against Charlie Ontiveros. Is that the name? Ex-UFC. We got two UFC. Ex-UFC fighters in Karate Combat Pit. It's going to be an exciting fucking banger. I'm excited to tune in for that card. Thanks you guys for tuning in. It was a good episode. And
stay tuned. Don't forget to, like last time, leave us questions, leave comments and shit. Subscribe.
sure.
Make sure you like the page.
For sure.
And stay
Shout
tuned
out
from
to the subs. Shout out.
Monster Energy. My
Plug
man's
them
over
out,
here.
plug them
Jenkins
out.
wants to get hooked up.
Yeah.
You know?
He's about to drink a whole case, leaving this place. Stay up all night. But no, it was awesome. Thank you for coming on the show. And like I said, guys, follow the man's career. It's a goddamn highlight reel. All right, everybody. Thank you. Peace.